road is always busy this period, and most importantly, I want you to stay alive, just for yourself and also your loved ones. I have with me some special marshal and regular marshals too that will be joining us to x-ray awareness as we get closer to the Utah season. From my immediate left is SRC Imelda Eboeta. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, and of course, sitting very close to her is Ehato Friday. Ehato Friday, thank you so much for coming.
You're welcome.
And of course, from my extreme left is CRC Adeshi. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you very much.
All right, now, take us through. We are close to this. We are already in the ember season, and Christmas is staring at us. But this is the season where we have so many road traffic accidents. Why is it like that?
Huh? Thank you very much.
Yeah.
You know, Nigeria is a motorized country. And this period, you can see a higher vehicular movements taking towards a particular direction at a particular time, without considering the risk involved. And that is why you see crashes happening. Because if you consider the risks that are involved and you obey what the road safety is preaching, you see that crashes on these areas will be reduced. Our major problem is, we have come to realize, is the causative factor now. Why the crash is very imminent in this period is people failing to obey the traffic rules and regulations as stipulated by the CORE. By CORE, I mean the road safety. The part of those causative factors we have identified in the last embalmer thing, which has to do with speed, overloading, and people driving irresponsibly. And if we must be sincere to ourselves, speed, we must kill speed to drive and stay alive.
Okay.
Overloading is another major factor there. It makes the car not to be balanced. Putting a weight on a particular tire could lead to a blowout of the vehicle, especially when the rubbers are heated on the road. And again, we have also seen fatigue in this period. Because everybody wants to pursue what they couldn't achieve from January to December.
Definitely.
So you now see that if they not put the risk involved, because everybody has to drive responsibly now, then you have to be cautious. And that's why we have to manage the speed. When we are fatigued, of course, you cannot beat nature.
Okay, talking about beating nature, this is the season where you'll be having high influx of vehicles coming into this part of the town. Of course, so many will be coming from uptown. Some will be coming, relocating from their various destinations to come and spend this time with their family. AJ Adesui, now help us. What are you putting in place to manage this high traffic that we are going to be experiencing this season?
Thank you very much. High traffic volume are things that we've been expecting, most especially during the ember months. And there's no denying the fact that the road will be filled with vehicles. We have put a lot of things in place to handle this situation. One of the things we put in place is, number one, we have 12 hours traffic control teams on ground. Number two, we have our patrol teams patrolling the road to ensure that they serve as deterrent to people that will think about traffic rules violation. And then we have a lot of synergy with the communities around us to alert us in case there's traffic gridlock where our patrol teams are not. Because we're talking about a distance of between, because we cover Benito Gate to Opasiloko to Okada Junction.
Oh.
It's a very wide area to cover.
Very, very wide.
So we need the collaboration of the people, and they have been responding. Thank you very much.
Okay, now if they are responding, we still see people who are actually constant defaulters. And there are people that will just want to default deliberately. How do we handle such persons?
No. It's usually, sociologists will say that for every 10, there is one vice in it. Now, when you see so many drivers on the route, same route, I take, for instance, the route between Poba Hill into the town. You know, it's crowded.
Very, very
There's virtually nothing you can do. And so what we try to do, because you must get people that are not ready to listen to you. Some will tell you they are late for work. Some will tell you the market is taking the whole route and all that. And you see a whole lot of gridlock. So what do we do at this time? With those ones that are defaulters, first, like he rightly said, we can't work without collaborators. We also have TMI with us there that are working.
Okay.
And then you see the road safety, you see the police. This is collaboration we do. So from time to time, what we do, we figure out those ones that maybe when you see them committing very terrible, we call them road infractions. We pick them out. We give them tickets. We also not give you ticket at this period. Our emphasis is more on public enlightenment, sensitizing you what it is about it, because you need to stay alive to see these people come back to visit you. There are a lot of people in town that want to come in to stay Christmas, like you said.
Definitely.
And so all you need to do is drive to remember that you must go out and return back safe. So while we are also giving you a ticket for defaulting, we are also putting you through a public enlightenment program that will guide you so that you don't repeat such. But however, we see it every day on the road.
We definitely see it every day. Now, as one of the special marshals, what have been your personal experience in Heart of Friday?
In fact, they are so numerous. So numerous, my brother. The truth to it is that I wouldn't want to use a harsh word, but I think we have been able to devise 3 arrows, which has to do with irresponsibility.
Okay.
That's number 1. Then 2, we're also looking at people that are impatient. If people are responsible on the road, to our roads, be patient and allow others to also use the road and be tolerable.
Okay.
That's why that's the 3 I's we have identified. You see that the road will be easy for everybody to drive.
Okay.
So this time around, let us accommodate each other. The 1 minute you want to allow for somebody to untie your front, let it not be painful to you. It will resolve crisis on the road. And also people should learn to say sorry to each other. A little infractions that requires, oh, sorry, please, and you want to keep hold to it that it's my right. What do you get?
And that affects other road users.
The prolonged stoppage on the road. So at the end of the road, everybody is affected. So that's why we have been able to come up with these 3 I's. If somebody are responsible and we are patient and tolerable, discover that the road will be very, very free for all of us to use.
But to an extent, AJ Adesui, Benin Road is practically not really free to an extent. Without during the festive season, our roads are always tight. Now, despite the measures the government is putting in place, we have traffic lights in some places. Yes. In most places, we have traffic lights, but we don't really obey these traffic signs. And in some cases, you see people driving against traffic.
Yes.
But during the day, you just see it happens in major roads. How do we address these issues?
Yes, the major problem we're facing here is just enforcement. And I believe that people don't do what you expect. They actually do what you expect. Without serious inspection and enforcement, we won't be able to do anything.
Okay.
We are working towards a kind of society that will just accept normal behavior, the rule of law as part of our daily living. where people don't feel threatened, or maybe they just don't feel like you are oppressing them because you are enforcing rules and regulations. So if we can achieve that, we won't have any problem. Just like Mr. Ekato has rightly said, impatience is actually a major factor. Get out of the way and things like that. Now, based on recent study, we discovered that a vehicle moving at 100 kilometers per hour and a vehicle moving at 120 to 130 kilometers per hour on a stretch of a 100-kilometer road will only have a difference of about 4 to 5 minutes, gain.
Difference.
Difference, just 4 to 5 minutes.
Oh, really?
And then you are going to consume 30% more fuel to get to where you're going. So all of those things are things that contribute this false belief that let me quickly get to where I am going to. And as a matter of fact, people don't realize that while you're on the road, everybody has their own different objectives. Like, I'm coming from Oluku, going to, let's say, 5 junctions. Some people will get to main gate and branch. Everybody has their own. You don't need, it's not a competition.
Okay.
It's supposed to be like a collaboration. Let's be patient. Let's allow, if somebody wants to drive responsibly, don't allow this kind of a kind of game kind of thing. You think you're wise, you want to cheat me, you want to ride me, that kind of thing should not come into play. Thank you very much.
Okay, you wanted to add something?
Yes, there's this issue of attitude and the society. If we're on the road and somebody is driving against the traffic and one is punitive, you see the society coming and making noise. Some sees you as intimidating. Instead of joining you to be part of that crusade, so that that same person wouldn't do it again, even if you, that's where she mentioned the enlightenment.
Yeah.
It's a major factor.
Okay.
Some of us have begun that we can do it and nothing will happen. We have that mind. Because if all of us believe that what I am doing is wrong and I'm not supposed to do it, and the masses join us to assist in telling the wrongdoers that this thing is wrong, then I think this thing will be
But to an extent, even some of those defaulters, when they are being caught, instead of taking decisive actions, they just call somebody at the top in some of the offices and they just get off the
That's
hook.
part of what we are saying.
No, it's not true.
It's not true.
It's not true.
Are you sure?
No, it's not true.
In the car?
No,
Not in the car.
In the car now.
But there are instances where somebody is arrested for defaulting on the road, and he just put a call and he just go
To the where are you putting
to
the
an
call?
extent in some quarters.
Please.
So how do we address that? Let's address it.
Let's, please.
Addition, you want to address
I just want to address
okay,
it
quickly.
The thing about FRS is that once you have been booked, that's the point of booking.
When you are booked, you are booked.
You are booked. You have to go and pay. Now, there's one thing. The person that is booking has the power, a certain level of power, to book or not to book.
Okay.
Depending on the situation, as he sees fit, is the height of the call on the ground.
Okay.
If he looks at this, for example, you have somebody that is not on seatbelt, but is rushing a patient to an hospital. At least it's reasonable for you to overlook.
There's an emergency.
It's an emergency.
And then
Human feelings, let him go. All those kind of things. And then, as a matter of fact, those are the things that actually...
But the way you all reacted as if some of these irregularities doesn't happen.
It does happen.
Sorry, it's not actually irregularity.
What we are saying is that he just said it. If anybody had been booked ever with road safety, sometimes you have somebody to call.
Okay.
Now, for instance, you have our commissioner here, the sector commander, you know him.
Yeah.
And while on the way, you committed an infraction that is so bad and you've been booked. You will call him. What he does is, have you booked him? Yes. If he's somebody that is a stakeholder, the next thing he does is that what at most he can do is bring the ticket to the office.
Okay.
They can pay on their understanding, but not when that offense is committed that they allow you go. No. Nobody allows that.
No, nobody.
Oh, okay.
Nobody allows
Please,
that.
there's one
And
other
that is
thing.
why they will tell you that road safety, when they book you, they booked you. So at any cost, you see that sometimes the drivers are so deadly because they will feel the moment they catch you, you'll be booked.
Okay. Adesi.
Yes, there's one other thing that I just have to add. We have a form we call caution offenders form.
caution offenders form.
So it's not that you, when they catch you on the road, it's not that you got away scot-free.
Okay.
You will still be booked, but not actively, passively. As in, your name and the number of your vehicle, the kind of offense that you committed will be written down as a point of reference against any other time.
Okay.
That you say, okay, I'm oppressed, they are doing too much, these people, they are on too much, and things like that. You will always be referred to the caution of it. You were cautioned at so time, at so date, for this infraction. So you can be rightly booked. Okay. So it's not that they got scot away, it's not scot free. They actually booked somehow. Thank you.
Okay, let's quickly come to Mr. Ekatona. What advice do you have for motorists this period?
Okay.
Quickly.
Thank you very much. There are a lot to be given to them. First, they should always know that the rules are there. The rules are there. And when you hit the road, always remember that you have loved ones. That should be paramount. And maintenance of vehicle is also very, very important.
Then there's another one too. You know, at this period, people have this myth in them. There is no myth about it. Anything that is not technologically proven is not. You know, some people tell you that this time demons are on the road sucking blood and all that.
Yes.
There's virtually nothing.
For those
like
that are very spiritual.
Yes. Even if you're spiritual, but you can't be doing the wrong thing and telling God, I want to join you in heaven or hell.
Okay.
And then you feel that God will prevent it. You can't be at the speed of 140 and you're praising God inside the car and expect not to have a crash. Oh no, you will.
That's tempting.
Now, at this time of the period, some people just have this feeling that, okay, there's a meet, this time the demons are out on the road. So when it happens, oh, the demons have taken, the demons did not take. And to tell you the truth is that at this period, most of the incidences of crash that happened are not even the environmental factor, not even the mechanical factor. Most of them that we have recorded, about 82% comes from the human factor.
Wow.
That is, it comes
82%.
from you. 82%. It means that these things could have been cautioned by yourself. Now, when you're on that kind of high speed and something happened and you couldn't control it, are you going to refer it to the devil? It's not the devil, it's you. And that is why at this period, we are more of sensitization, telling them the truth. We go to parks. If you look at your sites yesterday, you'd have seen the coppers that are part of the volunteer group going from park to tell them, to remind them again with microphones and all that, telling them that this period, there is no myth about it. So trying to debunk that methodology that this one is a period of blood sucking and all that. It is not. That if we can do the right thing, if we can respect ourselves on the road, it's not something that you can virtually go by the etiquette of the road. What is it? If somebody wants to enter, you don't begin to, and sometimes some people will drive and begin to horn anyhow. It's out of it. It's not the etiquette of the road. Okay. So when you're trying to come in, if there is an emergency you want to enter, please do that and just give the person a high five. All right, come in. And that solves it. But because they are talking, you heard the impatient and intolerant. These things have kept us down, and we are losing people at the speed.
Okay, now we need to go. Now, I would like to throw this to you, AJ Adesi. It's going to be two questions in one. I was part of the FRC Corps during my NYC days. I was the commander. I served in Agbo, Ika Northeast. The College of Education, then I say university, actually served there. So I was part of the FRSA. Now, back then, over 10 years ago, we have this serious respect for the corps marshals. And when you're booked, like you said. When people see you on the road, this natural fear just come on them, but it's not like that again. That's one. What have gone wrong? Then secondly, what are you doing this period to collaborate with other sister agencies to ensure that we have a safer road? Two questions in one. We need to go now.
Thank you very much. I like that question. It's not like that because of the general apathy to the rule of law generally. It's not really about road safety. It's all about other organizations. Nobody just want to be talked to. They just do whatever they like. And basically, it's because of lack of understanding. Before I dive into the second question, I'd just like to talk about speed briefly. Chasing speed is something we don't really understand. We call something thinking distance. We call another one braking distance, and that one stopping distance. As a matter of fact, when you're moving at 100 km per hour, do you know how many meters per second you are moving? you're actually moving at 27 meters per second. And then, based on recent studies, it's discovered that before the eyes can see, pass it to the brain, tell the leg to press the brake down, it takes approximately 3 seconds and 5 seconds.
Wow, something must have gone wrong there.
So within 3 seconds, 3 times 27, you have, before you can stop, the fastest moment before you can stop, you will have moved 27 times 3. We're talking about nearly 100 meters. So anybody within 50 meters, that passes in front of within 50 meters, doesn't stand a chance before you press your brake. So we need to understand. The thing is that just divide the speed value by 3.6. You are going to get your total stopping distance.
Okay.
So that's it.
But though you're yet to react to some of the questions, what are you doing now?
What we're doing now presently is that we're working with sister agency. We are collaborating. Let me talk from the perspective of Benito Gate now. We're collaborating with the FEMA. We're collaborating with 2 vehicle associations in town to clear obstructions. We're collaborating with even customs and the police force. Presently, one of our success stories is that for the past 2 months now, we recorded 0 accidents, 0 RTC on that bridge, on that Rovia bridge.
Okay.
And it's so sweet. Thank you very much.
All right, now we need to go now. Thank you very much for being part of the program. We'd like to have you again because there are other pressing issues that we want to dive into. But that will be on another time. Thank you so much, Adeshi, for coming. Thank you so much, Ekato, and I.O. Ebota.
Thank you.
Okay, now we take you. Okay, we'll go on a short break now, and Abuja, take it up from there. Do stay with us.